What's going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll just be talking about a little bit what's happened over the last week since the trade period ended. So let's run that intro, jump straight into it. So just before we do jump straight into it, of course, follow me on all my socials. TikTok, I'm posting there all the time. Twitch, I'm streaming Little Hope. If you're watching this on any other day, you missed my stream. So why don't you sub to my Twitch, which is Swoop Luke, and also my Instagram, which is Swoop Luke. If you are a new swooper, thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button to get notified whenever I post a video. And if you are a returning swooper, welcome. Thank you so much for rejoining me. All right, so let's just jump into this. I was going to say mess, but it's not really a mess anymore. So let's just jump into it. So let's just break down a little bit of what happened. We'll talk a little bit about the trades that went down. You know, even though we know about it, I made a video about it. Let's just talk a little bit about it. So, Treloar left, Stevenson left, Artu Bosanovalagi left, and Tom Phillips left. Tommy Phillips, I understand, wants to go to Hawthorn, plays on the wing. He used to back for Hawthorn growing up. Awesome, go. Good luck to you. We love you. Artu, I can understand that one as well. You know, he wanted more opportunity at the Kangaroos than there was going to be with all our small forwards. Anyway, good on you. Good luck. Love you too. So the Treloar and the Stevenson one is where everyone was up in arms about. And, you know, really, they still are up in arms about. The thing that everyone was upset about is that we gave away Stevenson, R2, a couple of picks for peanuts from the Kangaroos. We know what Stevenson's worth, and we didn't get that top 10 pick that we wanted. The same thing can be said about Adam Treloar. We got back only pick 14 from the Doggies, not even a top 10 pick for him either. And that was one of the things where all the Collingwood supporters, you know, and myself included, were a little bit upset about. Well, not a little bit. They were a lot upset, petitioning and picketing and stuff like that. But look, the thing is that we never knew what was going on inside of the club at the time of, you know, at the time of the trades happening. All we saw was all the media reports for weeks and weeks and weeks, especially about Adam Treloar, and then it kind of just like G's you up, and then it happens, and then you get angry at the club and stuff like that. And we know that the thing that made us most upset, not about losing these players, yes, we love them and we lost them and we're sad that they're going, but it was that we had no communication or transparency from the club. We knew there was a salary cap issue. There might have been behavioural issues as well, but we knew that there was a salary cap. Jaden Stevenson was eating up about $600,000. Treloar close to $1 million. Phillips $600,000 as well. All reported, but close to. After the trade period, you have Ned Guy come out and say, no, there's no salary cap issues. Then you're like, oh, that's a little bit weird. We knew there was, and they're telling us that there isn't. Jeff Welsh comes out and says, you know, no, there's no salary cap issues. You go, okay, so maybe there isn't salary cap issues. So maybe there was something else. And then you have Mark Anderson write an awesome letter to us a couple of days later saying there is salary cap issues. We couldn't bring in players that we wanted to bring in. XYZ, XYZ. You go, okay. And then Buckley comes out the other day and he explains, you know, his side of the story about how Jaden Stevenson, you know, knew what was happening. Constant talks with Adam Treloar. Then you go, okay, this is starting to make sense, but where was this when we needed it? Where was this when, one, not backing up Treloar in the, you know, when it was all going down and all this media speculation and stuff, and not backing up the club either. They do admit that they could have done things a lot better, and, you know, if it has to happen next year again, I'm sure we will know all about it. But the letter that Mark Anderson sent, what Buckley said, needed to either happen on Friday night, whenever the trade period ended, or it needed to happen a couple of days before trade period ended, or a week before trade period ended, or when the season ended and the reviews were done, say, okay, look, Pies fans, we're going to be making harsh decisions. You're not going to like them, but trust us, it's for the betterment of the club. We would have been, okay, this makes a lot more sense. It's all about that transparency with the club that we really don't have at the moment. Just look at, for one example, at Taylor Adams. He's wearing that elbow, you know, that Will Kelly had. We don't know what's going on with him. Did he have surgery? Did he break his elbow? Did he play with a broken arm during the Geelong game? Or what the hell happened? We don't know these things. just a little bit more transparency. And that's why we were more upset about the how it was handled than the who we sent out. So after all that was said and done, Buckley came out and said, we did force these players out. And these trades happened because, as much as we love the guys, they can be replaced. They can be replaceable. We brought in Adam Treloar from the Giants as a hard-running, explosive mid that can kick goals. Something that he hasn't provided over the last couple of seasons, especially goal-wise. Yes, he racks up a lot of disposals and stuff like that, but he doesn't really do much with it. I know that's, Luke, you're only saying that now because he left the club, but I have said it multiple times as well. He does collect a lot of disposals, and he can be efficient when he wants to be. More often than not, he isn't. But as a midfielder, you want to be kicking those goals, and he wasn't providing us that. Soft tissue injury. So I can see why, while he still has a bit of currency, why Collingwood let him just go. Another one with Jaden Stevenson, had a breakout year in 2018. We get it. Amazing. 2019 was doing well up until that betting scandal, some off-field issues. 2020 happens, glandular fever. By all reports, some stuff went down in the hub. People saying that he wasn't a good trainer and stuff like that, had to be micromanaged. But I'm not really going to delve much into that because it's all rumours and all hearsay. But if any of that is to be believed, while he still has currency, that's why he gets moved on. So who can really cover for us with these players gone? So Jordan De Goey into the midfield, Adam Treloar out of the midfield. We know De Goey is a goal-kicking forward. We love that. But he can be explosive in the midfield when he wants to be. Who else? Braden Sy can go into the midfield. Tyler Brown. Callum Brown. See, we have all these players. Rupert Wills if we want to. All these players that can just slot into that position. With Jaden Stevenson gone, now it's Will Kelly's time to shine. We know that Buckley likes playing 3 or 4 talls in a team. You could see a forward line of Checkers, Cox, and Will Kelly. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how we line up most of the preseason and maybe in round 1, barring any injuries. No Jaden Stevenson as well means that you could probably put like a Jay Rantel onto a wing, push Sidebottom from the wing into the forward line. You got to remember that Sidebottom kicked 10 goals in that grand final that he played when he was younger. Was it the NAB grand final? Something like that. He kicked 10 goals. I'm not going to look it up. I should have looked it up before. But he kicked 10 goals. And he's got a great goal sense when he's around goal. We've seen that time and time again. I would love him as a half forward or as some sort of deep forward that, does do time on the midfield and does do time on the wing as well. So we can see that we do have a lot of options. What I'm saying is that we just need to stay calm. And I've been saying trust the process this whole week. I do feel like there's a lot of things coming up for us. I don't feel like this is a rebuild. So just before we get into questions that I asked for you guys to ask me on Instagram, I want to go over a conspiracy theory that I've been telling a lot of people because a lot of people have been asking because I keep posting about it. How the hell do we get Logan McDonald into our football club? Now, this is a bit crazy. This is like Donald Trump territory. He won the election, rigged voting sort of conspiracy theory. Kangaroos. We sent them a 2 Stevenson, a couple of picks, only for pick 26 back. I think that was just to butter them up and we're doing a deal under the table, or we've already done a deal under the table for their pick 2. This is how I see it. The Kangaroos list manager, I think it was a list manager, came out today and said, we wanted to go for the Western Bulldogs as pick 14 and pick 2's on the table now. We have Western Bulldogs as pick 14. So what I'm thinking is that we bundle 14, 16 and next year's first rounder, which will be about 12 to 15 depending on where we finish, but I think around there, for their pick 2. What does that give them? It gives them pick 11, 14, and 16 in the draft. Not a top 10 pick, but instead of bringing in 2 players, they're now bringing in 3 from the first round. So 3 still really good players from the first round because they've cut like 11 or so players. So I do think that's the route that we're going to take. And we'll get pick 2, and I think they're pick 39, so we still have points for Reef McGuinness. So, some rapid-fire questions. I'm not going to post them up. I'm just going to be reading them. Let's go. Gowers from Bulldogs was delisted. Be good to pick him up for nothing. Thoughts? Yes, Gowers, I think he led their goal kicking in 2018. He could make up for the Stevenson thing for free. Take him. What year will Scott Pendlebury retire? I think Pendles will go to about 2023. What I'm thinking, and what I know, because Pendlebury said it himself, was that he wants to play a year where he's not captain. So he wants to play a year under another captain. If next season he's not captain, that'll be the last year that he plays. But let's hope not. What number will Petrarca wear in 2022? Lots of Petrarca things. He's going to be close to a free agent. I think a free agent in 2022 could get him at the end of next year. Good friends with all the Pies boys. Do you think we'll have a finals drought? No finals drought. I reckon we're going to play finals next year. I honestly think a top 4 finish, as dumb as that sounds. Will Trav Cloak be the last centre half forwards the Pies ever have? No, Will Kelly is going to take that position. Josh Kelly's Pies 2021. Josh Kelly's unrestricted free agent, or restricted free agent, unrestricted, at the end of next season. Would love Kelly. Immense from the Giants. Would love to steal him. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to cook our staff on a barbecue after that? I think the only thing that we're really mad about, like I said, was the how we went about it and just not the transparency. Will Degoe get fit enough over preseason to play 60 or 40 mid-forward this year? Yes, he is absolutely smashing it. He'll sign a new contract. He will play more midfield time than he will in the forward line. Has to lose a little bit of weight, and then we'll just ace the competition. What's our best 22 next season, all in positions? I will put up a video about this soon once all the trading and stuff and drafting is all finalised. If we don't play finals or win a flag after 10 years, is it Bucks and Ed's time to move it on? Yes, I think it is time to move on after 10 years. If we don't, I think we will play finals, but if there's no flag, I think it might be time to move on. Maybe Ed. I think it might be a bit time. Chances on top 8 next season. We'll make it top 4, I said. Who's going to be a 2021 breakout star? A big one. What's next for the Pies? So, breakout star will be Will Kelly. What's next for the Pies? I think we'll go deep into September next year. I've got a really good feeling. Despite losing Trelaw and Stevenson, I've got a really good feeling about next season. But we'll know more once preseason hits. How will our draft selections go down? Who do you think we will choose before matching a bid? So I think Reef is going to get really low. He hasn't had a great training sort of block. He ruptured a disc in his back and stuff like that. I think he's going to get past our pick 16 that we have now. So it might be easier to pay for him with the lower picks that we do have. What's our first pick in the draft? It'll be pick 2. Who will be our leading goalkeeper in 2021? I honestly think it'll be Mason Cox, weirdly enough. What's your big call AA contender? Josh Dacos in the All-Australian side. Alright, that was just my quick 5 questions. Thank you so much for asking them. I really do appreciate it. Alright guys, so that's just a quick video. Just wanted to go over why we shouldn't panic. Rightfully so, we were panicking and stuff like that. But now the club's been a little bit more transparent after the fact. Things are a lot more clearer now. We might be getting that pick 2. Then all our problems will be solved. But until my next video, like, subscribe, comment, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.
Ooh la la.